Okay, Assalamualaikum. Okay, today I'll move to chapter 8, which is marketing process and consumer behavior. Okay, in this chapter, we'll explain the concept of marketing and discuss the five forces that constitute the external marketing environment, and it's also explain the purpose of marketing plan, identifies the four components of the marketing mix, and also discuss the necessity of the identifying market segments. Okay, so as the chapter unfolds, many variables surrounding both the consumers and the organization market are discussed, okay, as well as the focus on distinguishing features between product and services, and the importance of branding and packaging. Okay, and this chapter also discuss the consumer buying process, the organizational markets, and the key considerations in the new product development process. And finally, it looks at the challenges that arise in adopting an international marketing mix, and the ways in which small businesses can benefit from an understanding of the marketing mix. Okay, so before I start, what I can say in this chapter, most of the people think that marketing is merely sales or advertising. Okay, so actually sales and advertising are just a small part of the overall marketing process. Okay, think of the product that you buy oftenly. You might not realize that everything about the product, okay, from the time it is created, the time when it's produced, packaged, and also shipped to you. Okay, so this all involve various facets or aspect of marketing. Okay, so okay, in this chapter you should be able to answer all the questions after you completely understand the chapter. Okay, you understand the concept. Okay, before I move to the next is in this chapter outline, yeah, they have about 8 parts. First is talk about what is marketing, and then the second part is about strategy, which is the marketing environment. The third part is about the target marketing and also market segmentation, and then understanding the consumer behavior. And then the other part is organizational marketing and buying behavior. And then what is the product, and then the other part is developing new product and small business and the marketing mix. Okay, okay, so first slide. Okay, what is marketing? Okay, in your slide say marketing is organizational function and a set of processes for creating, communicating, and delivering value to customers, and for managing customer relationship in ways that benefit the organization and its stakeholders. Okay, which means that if you refer to the American marketing associations, they define marketing as a set of process of creating, which is a marketing is not only about the sales and advertising, it's a creating, it's a communicating, and also delivering value, okay, to customer. Okay, and for managing customer relationship in ways that benefit the organization and also its stakeholders, which is the supplier, the customers, the employees. Okay, that is what this marketing means. Okay, next is delivering value. Okay, providing value and satisfaction. Okay, um, delivering value is consumer buy products that offer the best value when it comes to meeting their needs and wants. That is value and satisfaction. Okay, so value and benefit. Okay, value and benefit is value is compares a product benefit with the it costs. Okay, however benefit ni pula is include the product's functions and emotional satisfaction associated with the experiencing, and also uh, possessioning. Okay, possession of the it. Okay, ataupun yes, it's a possession it. Okay, so value, what about value and utility? Is in your textbook, is page 377. Okay, just now is I'm explaining about the value and benefit and value and utility. Okay, value and utility, product provide utility, okay, which is product ability to satisfy a human wants or need. Okay, so marketing strives to provide four kinds of utility, which is form utility, time utility, and apa dia, ownership utility. Okay, so if you see form utility is, okay, actually I'm here already. Okay, form utility is okay, before I'm explaining this, okay, talk about this first. Delivering value. Okay, a company may develop an entire new product that perform better than existing product. Okay, how do you deliver value is the company have to do those things lah. Okay, keep a store open longer hours during a busy season, for example like during perayaan, nak hari raya. So normally the contohnya kedai kain Jekyll tu, they close at 9, but since that nak raya, they close until 12 a.m. sorry. Okay, sampai 12 tengah malam. And then offer price reduction, where you bagi discount. Okay, and then offer information that explain how a product can be used in new ways. Okay, this is how the company may do in order to deliver a value for their customers. Okay, now move to value and utility. Utility, value and utility, ability a product to satisfy a human wants or needs. Okay, form utility is marketing has a voice in designing product with features that customers want. Okay, they will create any form, any features which that customer wants. Okay, and then time utility, marketing creates a time utility by providing products when customer will want them. Okay, this is when the customer, they want that things, they want the product, they want the services, so the marketing will create the marketing will create the product during the particular time that they want. Okay, and then place utility, marketing creates a place utility by providing product where customer will want them. Okay, where is the easier and closest to customers, where it's convenient for customers to find your product. Okay, and then possessions utility is marketing create a possessions utility by transferring product ownership to customer by setting selling price, setting terms for customer credit payment if needed, and providing ownership documents. Okay, okay, form utility. Time utility is when customer need, you create that time. For example like tengah COVID-19 ni banyak demand for mask. Okay, face mask and also hand sanitizer. So this time lah marketers akan create more types of hand sanitizer and more types of design and more types of face mask. Okay, with the 3 layer lah, apa layer and so on. Okay, there's one example. Okay, next go to goods, services, and also ideas. Okay, goods. Okay, consumer goods are tangible. Okay, it's a tangible product that consumer purchase for final consumption, which is finished goods. Is an end user. Consumer as an end user. Firm that sell this good are engaged with consumer marketing, which is we call B2C. Okay, business to consumer. So, however, industrial goods are products that are purchased by the companies to be used in further production of goods, which is semi-finished good. Okay, then they sell to industrial in order them to process the, for example, raw material ke apa into finished good. Okay, these firms that sell a product to other businesses are engaged in industrial marketings, where this is known as a B2B, business to business. Okay, however, services are the product with intangible, which is non-physical. You can't see it, you can't touch it, the features. Okay, such as, for example, professional advice, improve safety procedures, timely improve. Okay, for example, like macam contoh lawyer, doctor, you cannot see the product. Okay, it's intangible. Okay, because it's services. Accountant, teacher, lecturer. Okay. Okay, I hope you are clear about it. Okay, then we go to the next slide. Okay, next slide is talk about relationship marketing. Okay, relationship marketing and customer relationship management. Okay, which is in your textbook is page 378. Okay. Okay, relationship marketing focus on building long-lasting relationship between customers and suppliers. Okay, so the stronger relationship, including stronger economy and socialities, okay, can result a greater long-term satisfaction, which is customer loyalty and customer retention. Okay, and then for example, in your textbook say that Starbucks card rewards attract return customer with a free coffee refill and other extras. Okay, when you have the card, member card ke apa yang kat sini kata is card rewards, where when you purchase more than berapa time you will get free coffee and so on. This is how the marketers they create this form of the marketing to apa orang kata, to gain a long relationship with their customers. Okay, and then customer relationship management, which is CRM. Okay, customer relationship management, CRM, in your slide say that organized method that a firm used to build better information connection with clients so that the stronger company client relationship are developed. Okay, this is where if you see in page 378 said the power, for example, CRM, they use a power of internet communication, means that they use in other build the information connection with clients method. They use method in order to ensure to make a stronger relationship with the customers. Okay, which, for example, the power of internet communications coupled with the ability together assemble information on customer preferences allows marketers to better predict what clients will want and buy. This is stated in your textbook. Okay, so they use a method of internet communications, okay, in order to gather the information about their customer preferences. Okay, next is the external marketing environment. Okay, okay. the marketing decision are affected, okay, the marketing decisions are affected by various influences in the external environment. Okay, it just seemed like similar like at the previous the chapter 1 is talk about domestic business environment, but here is talk about external marketing environment, which is familiar, there is similar, but the content is quite different. Okay, because this is more focused on marketing plan in the organizations. Okay, first is, if you see in your textbook or in your slide, which is figure 11.1, the marketer strategy are not determined unilaterally by any business. Rather, they have to strongly influenced by the powerful outside forces. Okay, as you see in figure 11.1, every marketing program must recognize the factors in the company external environment, which is everything outside an organization boundaries that might affect the marketing decisions. Okay, so if you see here, the first is about political legal. Okay, first external marketing environment will affect the organization, which is political legal. Political legal is like federal, state, and local bodies can set a rules or restriction uh, on the conduct of the business. Okay, the purpose of regulation is to protect both consumers and also businesses. Okay, businesses favor some regulations such as patent law or chafing, under others such as restrictions on advertising. Okay, for example, like contohnya tobacco industry. Okay, has learned to live with the federal ban, which is ban on TV, which is they cannot advertise on TV or radio. Okay, so all these actions occasions charges to change in the marketing strategies of affected companies. Okay, this is one of the example of the political legal. Okay, political legal external environment. Okay, next is social culture. Okay, social culture environment, this is where marketers also have to stay tuned to social and cultural factors that can affect the sales. Okay, okay, for example, like now put yourself, for example, like put yourself in the place of marketer for a clothing company that targets teenagers and young adults. Okay, you wouldn't survive if you try to sell the same style every year. Betul tak? So as we say at the outset of this chapter, the key of successful marketing is meeting the needs of customers. This means that knowing that they want the right now, not the last year, for example. Okay, that is an example that I give you. For example, like you are a marketer who's selling a clothing, you are working in the clothing company, so of course you will always update the designs, because the customers, they want right now, they don't want the last year punya design and so on. This is the social culture external environments of the marketing external environment. Okay, for example, like McDonald. Okay, if you see, they will always come out new menu. Okay, for example, like macam nasi lemak for breakfast, now nasi lemak with the spicy chicken and so on. Lepas tu dia keluar pula dengan, dulu apple pie je, sekarang dah ada flavor durian lah, kacang merah lah and so on, which is they adapt the culture. Okay, they match the customer preference in Malaysia. Okay, next is technological environment. This is the new, for example, like the new technologies also transform the marketing mix in another important way. Okay, they alter the way company market their product. Okay, consider that revolutionary changes brought about the internet. Okay, which offer marketers a new medium for promoting and also selling a vast range of the goods and services. Okay, for example, like we are now, if you okay, since the MCO tu kita dah tak boleh, limited lah, kita tak boleh keluar selalu untuk pergi beli barang, pergi beli groceries and so on. Then Tesco, Maiden they come up with the online shopping where you can easily shop through their apps, and then they will deliver to us in few hours and so on. Okay, this is one of the example that now we are using technology. We don't have to spend time, cost, petrol in order nak pergi sampai to reach the place, in order nak pergi shop the grocery and so on. We just order from online, by tomorrow or lusa sampai barang. Okay, if like macam fresh ke, barang-barang makanan fresh, maybe you can they will deliver on the same day, and you just wait in few hours saja. Okay, this is shows that the the external technology environment also one of the one of the factors which is can affect the organizations. Okay, so the organization must always updated their technological in their organizations. Okay. And then next is economic environment. Okay, economic environment, example like when economy is weak. Okay, industrial production is down. So jobless claim are rising. Okay, so consumer confidence has plummeted. Okay, so credit is hard to get because the economy is very weak. So naturally business thrive when the economy is growing, employment is full, and the price are stable. Marketing product is easier because the consumer are willing to buy. Okay, these economic factors, external factors also one of the factor which will affect the that will affect the marketing. Okay, the marketing strategies. Okay, when the economy very weak, people are not going to buy a product, so it will affect their organizations. When the economy is stable, strong and easier because consumer are willing to buy, so on the other hand, when the consumer are willing to buy, that time the marketing have to make have to create strategy, like to play role in strategies in order how to sell their product during their economy in strong economy. Okay, so economy also one of the influence will affect their marketing strategies. Okay. Okay, next is competitive environment. Competitive environment is marketers who don't pay attention to their competitors are playing a losing games. Okay, in competitive environment, the marketers have play role in order to compete with their competitors. Okay, those who are not pay attention on their competitors, they will losing the game. Okay, so in particular, they need to monitor the activities of the two groups of competitors, the maker of competing brand and the maker of substitute products. Okay, they have to monitor in terms of that. Okay, the two activities that they need to monitor is competing the brand and also the substitute products. So for example, like Coke and Pepsi. Okay, brand competitors who have engaged in the so-called cola war for decades. Okay, for example, like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Everyone knows that the Coca-Cola their competitor is Pepsi. Okay, one of the examples. So they have to compete each other in terms of the marketing strategies, in terms of the marketing strategy, which is include the branding, include the product substitute products. Okay, and many more. Okay. Okay, so here also talk about the competitive environment, which is in your textbook is page economy. Okay, on page 382. Okay, substitute product. Substitute product is the for example, like Okay, for example, like in your textbook said that your cholesterol level may be controlled with the either of two competing product, which is physical fitness program or a drug regimen. Okay, which is mean that substitute whether you have options, whether you want to choose your cholesterol is high, then you have two options whether you want to uh, go for physical fitness program, or you can substitute is you can control your apa dia cholesterol daripada pergi fitness program ni, maybe you can take ubat, okay, to control your cholesterol. This is called as a substitute product. Okay, brand competition is, for example, like the internet, for internet search. Okay, for example, Google, Bing, and also Yahoo. Brand competitions is based of user perceptions on the benefit offered by each product, okay, which they prefer. You have, like for example, Pepsi and Coca-Cola, which one they prefer. There's a brand competitions. And then international competition is match of the product domestic marketers against those of foreign competitors, okay, which is the local product, the local domestic marketers, they compete with the foreign competitors. For example, like airlines, AirAsia and also Malindo, both are low price, they offer a low price. Okay, AirAsia is a domestic, however the Malindo is foreign competitors. Okay, next is strategy and marketing mix. Okay, the marketing mix. Okay, a company with the marketing managers are responsible for planning and also implementing all the activities that can result in the transfer of the goods and services, which is to their customers. Okay, so these activities is culminate the marketing plan. Okay, the detailed strategy for focusing the marketing efforts is on the customer needs and wants. So the marketing mix consists of the 4 P's of the marketing, which is product, pricing, place, and also promotions. Okay. Okay. So yeah, the marketing mix. Okay, product. Product is like here in your page 384. Okay. Okay, product the product is a good service or idea designed to fill a consumer needs. Okay, meeting consumer needs often require that marketer change the existing product. Okay, so for example, in your textbooks product, for example, Starbucks revised the strategy in our opening case, recognize consumer needs for more affordable coffee product in downturn economy. Okay, so Starbucks introduction of its new line of instant coffee to keep pace with the emerging markets and also competitors. Okay, this is one of example that Starbucks revised the strategy. Okay, so people are looking for more affordable coffee product in downturn economy. Okay, yang mampu milik. So what the Starbucks do? Starbucks come out with the introduction with a new line of the instant coffee. Okay, which is to keep the pace to sustain the business in the market. Okay, and also at the same time to compete with their competitors. Okay, so product differentiation is where the product is creations of the features or image that makes a product differ enough from the existing product to attract the customers. Okay, this is stated in your slide. Okay, which is, for example, difference in for example, like Apple and Samsung. What is the difference between two brands? Which is their apps, the application, and so on. Okay, next is pricing. The second P is pricing, which is pricing is must be set to support a variety of costs. Okay, yet prices cannot be so high that consumer turn to competing product. Okay, for example, like cost, pricing. In order to marketers to set the price, they have to concern or to look on variety of costs. For example, the operating costs, the administrative costs, research costs, marketing costs, and etc. All are included in the product price. Okay. So next P is the place, which is distribution. Distribution activity are concerned uh, by getting the product from producer to the consumers. Okay. So in your textbook say that refer to the where and how customer can access to the product that they buy. Okay. Where how do you distribute? Okay, for example, you tengok Gardenia, kilang Gardenia is located in Shah Alam. Okay, they have 4 factory if I'm not mistaken, but all are located in Klang Valley. But how they can deliver the product, their roti to other states, for example like Perak, Kedah, semua kita boleh dapat roti dia. How they distribute it? Okay, so maybe they use the strategies where they distribute during the orang tengah tidur, masa itulah dia delivery their roti to their retailers and so on. Okay, this is how they distribute. How they make it that even though their factory is in Klang Valley, but people are, I mean like seluruh Semenanjung can eat their bread. I mean can eat their bread. Okay. And then promotions. Promotion refer to technique of communicating information about the product. Okay, promotion which is include the personal selling or non-personal selling, including advertising, sales promotion, and public relations. That is all include in promotions. Okay, and then next is integrated marketing. Okay. Integrated marketing strategy is a blend together of the 4 P's of the marketing to ensure their compatibility with one another as well as with the company non-marketing activities. Okay. Okay, integrated ni is like macam it's like macam strategy that blend together, which is all the 4 P's too, and to ensure their compatibility with one another and with the company non-marketing activities as well. Okay, means they blend together and they have to ensure that with one another with the company non-marketing activity, also compatibility of that. Okay. So it's stated here in your textbook. You can read on 386. Okay. And also they have example here. Okay, then move to target marketing and market segmentations. Okay, target market and market segmentations. Okay, before I move to that, I would like to recall again about the previous part. Okay, marketing is more than just advertising and sales. Okay, it is set of the process for creating, communicating, and also delivering value to customers and managing the customer relationship. And then you also have to make sure that you understand the concept of utility, which is the ability of the product to satisfy a human wants and needs. And it is also okay, and then also you need to understand about the consumer marketing, which is involve the sales of the consumer goods and service to consumers. And then industrial marketing involve sales of industrial goods and services to other companies. Okay. And then next, that you have to clearly understand about the relationship marketing, which is building a lasting relationship with the customers and supplier. Okay. And then you have to make sure that you understand the distinction between okay, this one is data warehousing and data mining. Ni is the method that they use to apa dia this one in the chapter ialah is a method that they use to customer relationship management. Okay, they use this method. They use this method, data warehousing and data mining, to build the closer, stronger relationship with the customers. Okay, and then you also may know that every marketer is faced with the forces from the external environment, including political, legal, social, culture environment, technological environment, economic and also competitive environment. Okay, and also I would like to reinforce that although price may be the easiest for the 4Ps to change, price that is too high fail to attract buyer. Okay, when the price is too low, yield little profit. So the marketers, they must know how to set the price in order they gain the profit and also they satisfy the customer customer needs and wants lah, in terms of the pricing. Okay, if the price is too high, it fail to attract the buyer. If the price is too low, it yield little profit. Okay. Okay, and then what in terms of the place is concerned, where the activity will involve in getting product from the producer to consumer. And then promotion is about the refer to the technique where advertising, personal selling, sales, promotion, publicity and so on, for communicating information about the products. Okay, that is the promotion. And then also I would like to remind you that marketing mix consists of the product, price, promotion and placement. It is affected by variables such as consumer characteristic, consumer needs, emerging marketing and also competitions. So last is I would like to stress here that elements of marketing mix are treated similarly by the small business and also large business. Okay, only the implementation may change. Okay, tak kisah whether it is a small or big business, but they apa kata they apply this elements of the marketing mix, which is 4Ps. It's just like the implementation are different. Okay, then we move to the target market and market segmentations. Okay, target market textbook. Okay, so target market target market is a group of people with similar wants and needs, who can be expected to show interest in the same product. Okay, which means that for example you only focus on female clothes, so your target market is female. Okay, that's an example of the target markets. Okay, so market segmentation is divides a market into categories of the consumer type, which is based on the geographic, demographic and also psychographic variables. Okay, so identifying the market segments. Okay, members of market segment must share common traits that will affect their purchasing decision. For example, like they have 3 variables here, which is geographic variables. Geographic variable is where consumers in certain geographic region exhibit characteristic and buying pattern that are typically of those region. Okay, so geographic variable are the geographical unit from countries to neighborhoods that may be considered in the segmentation strategy. Okay, for example, like geographic like McDonald is a worldwide brand, okay, it's international, everyone know about the McDonald, okay. But if you see McDonald in Malaysia and also McDonald in, okay, uh, okay, McDonald in India, okay, I've been to India, I see the difference, okay, in terms of the menu that they offer, okay. So McDonald in Malaysia, they offer you nasi lemak, uh, I'm sorry, alhamdulillah, okay, sorry, okay, McDonald in Malaysia, they offer a different menu. For example, like you can see nasi lemak, apa dia, ada ice cream, apa make flavor cendol and so on kan. But in India, McDonald is different. The menu is different. They come out with they offer McDonald with spicy, ada rasa kari-kari and so on. Okay, so I tasted it before when I've been to in India. So you can see this is called is geographic variable. Okay, this is we call identifying the market segments. Okay, you cannot sell a menu nasi lemak tu dekat India, which is not suitable for the geographic area, the people in the area. Okay. However, next is demographic variables. This demographic variable describe the populations, including such as traits as age, income, gender, ethnic background, marital status, race, religion, and social class. Okay, this is all under demographics the variables. Okay, this is how you segment the market. Okay, how do you, okay, when you want to sell your product, okay, which area, which geography that you want to sell your product. Okay, in terms of demographic variables, is it your product is suitable for all or only people which is in the group? Like for example, you're selling tudung is for your focus, your segmentation is females. Okay, target market and segmentation is interrelated, yeah. So or you selling apa dia, toys, your target, your market segment is uh, uh, children which is age no, kids with the age blah blah blah. Okay, and then and so on lah, for example. Okay, and then you selling for raya, you are selling baju kurung, baju Melayu, okay, which is your focus Melayu, because Melayu akan meraihkan perayaan Hari Raya. Okay, so and then next variable is psychographic variable, which is variable include lifestyle, opinions, interests, and also attitudes. Okay, this lifestyle, actually psychographic is the next slide. Okay, the psychographic which is you lifestyle in terms of like you not drive a luxury car, okay, handbags with the branded handbag like LV, Chanel, or Dior, and so on. Okay, geodemographic variable is combination geography and demographic. Okay, that track used developing the segmentation strategy, which is you are focused your product in Klang Valley, and the demographic your product tu you selling dekat Klang Valley je, and then your punya demographic is female with age 20 to 50, which is you are selling product untuk apa, untuk kecantikan and so on. Okay, example like that. Okay, and then psychographic tadi I already explained to you. And then behavioral variables is pattern display by group of consumer that they use in developing the segmentation strategies. Okay, this one you can read your own lah. Okay, okay, next. Okay, this about the demographic variable. Okay, demographic variable which is age. Okay, sometimes you are selling product which is for newborn till 5 years ke, ataupun 5 years to 11 years, 12 years to 90 years, 19 years old, 20 to 34 years old, and so on. Okay, example. Or your product is focused on education. Okay, which is grade school or less, high school, graduate school ke, and so on, colleges ke, okay, and so on. So family life cycle, which is young single, married, young married with children, young married with children, older married, and so on. Okay, this is called demographic. demographic variables, or family size. Okay, maybe your product, for example, like kereta, they come up with the 12-seater ke 8-seaters ke, so dia punya focus is family size. Family size is more than 5 members in the family. Okay, or your product is focused in I mean, like your segmentation product is in terms of the income. Your product is suitable for the middle income. Okay, which is middle income, 2,500 to 5,000, for example. Okay, in nationality, race, religion, so sex. Okay, whether your product is suitable for female, you focus the segmentation is maybe your product is suitable for male only or females. Okay. Okay, next is understanding the consumer behavior. Okay, consumer behavior is the process that used to choose, okay, to consume, to dispose of the product or services, which is including consumers, emotional, mental, and also behavioral response. Okay, so consumer behavior is important. Okay, important because this way marketers can understand what influences consumer buying decisions. Okay, so that's why by understanding how consumer decide on the product, that they can fill in the gap in the market, and also identify what we call it, identify the product that are needed and the product that are absolute. Okay, so consumer behavior also helps marketers decide how to present their product in a way that generate maximum impact on consumers. Okay, so by understanding the consumer buying behavior ni is the key secret to reaching, engaging your clients, and then convert them to purchase from you. Okay. Okay, so at the same time, apa dia, the consumer behavior ni is influenced by different factors. Okay, marketers, they have to study the consumer purchase pattern, and also they have to figure out the buyer trends. Okay, that is a consumer behavior, understanding the consumer behavior. So brand loyalty is a pattern of regular, here they state here in your slide, consumer purchasing based on the satisfaction with the customer product performance, which is brand loyalty. For example, those who are using you are comfortable with the Apple brand iPhone, for example, kan, so you will only purchase Apple. Okay, you won't purchase, you will only purchase iPhone. If you want to upgrade your phone, you will only purchase iPhone. Or you will only in terms of brand loyalty, for example, like you like the Apple brand, your phone is iPhone, your MacBook, you using MacBook, you are using smartphone, Apple smartwatch. Okay, all is Apple brand. This is called brand loyalty. Okay, which is you are loyal to the brand. Okay, and then influence on consumer behavior. Okay, psychological, personal, social, and culture. In your textbook is page market segmentation dah lepas. Okay, market. Okay, is in page this is the consumer behavior buying process. Okay, which is page 391. Okay, this influence of consumer behavior. What influence the consumer behavior? Okay, first is what do you call it? First is psychological, personal, social, and also culture. These four things is which can influence the consumer behavior. Okay, psychological is the factors which is can influence the consumer behavior, which is include individual motivation, perception, ability to learn, and also attitudes. Okay, that makes they will affect or is one of the factor in contribute the consumer behavior. Okay, and then personal influence also can, for example, like lifestyle, personality, and also economic status. Which is economic status, are you affordable to buy the product or not? Okay, it depends on the how much money that you have. Okay, and then social also influence include, which is family, opinion leader. Okay, people who opinion are sort of by others. Okay, such reference group, friends, co-worker ke ataupun professional associates. Okay, culture pula is influence, which is include culture, the way of living that distinguish one large group from another, or subculture, smaller group with shared values, ataupun social class. Okay, which is culture ranking of group according to the criteria of background, occupation, and also income. Okay. Next, okay, this is the consumer buying process, which is in your textbook, is page 392. Okay, this consumer buying process. Okay, consumer buying process, there have various models have been constructed to help marketers understand how consumer come to purchase the product. Okay, marketers eventually use this information to develop a marketing plans. Okay, which is this process, this five step of process. Okay, first, if you see in figure 11.2, is present such a model. Okay, first is problem or needs recognitions, which is need replace old shoes, for example, need to replace old shoes. And the second is information seeking, where search for store, style, price, opinion of others. And then evaluation of alternative. This is when you have an option, then which one you are comfortable, affordable, and how will react to them. Okay, how will others react to them. And then next is purchase decision, where choose rationally or emotionally. Okay, and purchase evaluations, post purchase evaluation, which is you observe after you purchase the product. Okay, so as just now I said that the first step is a problem and need recognition. So, okay, this when you stages of the consumer buying process, of course the factors are the personal and environmental factors, which is physical, psychological, personal, social, and culture will affect, or will factors will affect the decision, the decision consumer for buying process. Okay, and also marketing factors like product, pricing, promotion, place. These 4 P's also factors that will affect the consumer buying process. Okay. So the problem, which is the first step just now, is a problem or need recognition. The consumer recognize a problem or the needs. Okay, for example, like the person, they want to change the new shoes. Okay, so need to replace the old shoes. And then the information seeking, which is we call evoke sets. Okay, evoke sets is consumer seek information from personal sources or marketing sources or public sources or experience, which is they get the information from the family's girl, from the friend's girl, from the co-worker girl, and so on. And then evaluations of the alternative, where consumer compare the product before deciding which one meet their needs. Okay, and then how it will react. Okay, this is about social pula. Okay, and then purchase decision, ultimately consumer make purchase decision, whether rational motive, which is involve logical evaluation of the product attributes such as cost, quality, or usefulness, or emotional motive, which is involve non-objective factors, include social ability, imitation of the others, and authentic, okay, for example the original ke tak original ke, ataupun the perceptions of the others, okay, because you are high class level, so you more into emotional motive, what people will think about you, okay. That's called sociability, okay. And then the last step, which is post purchase evaluation, only satisfied customer will likely make repeat purchase, okay. This is when you do evaluations after you purchase the product, after you use the product, okay. For example, like you purchase shoes like Nike, okay. For example lah, from beginning tu you pakai kasut Adidas, kasut you dah lama, and then you seek for information sama ada you nak beli kasut Adidas lagi ke, ataupun you nak replace with other brand which is Nike. Then you evaluate the alternative. If I use Adidas, which one, then you evaluate the alternative, whether you want to buy Adidas or you want to buy a Nike. And then you purchase decision. Kalau saya beli rational motive is when you think that Adidas is more cheaper and it's very good, it's comfortable. Saya dah pakai dah 5-6 tahun, still okay. It just like it's look old, so I need to change a new one. So if I change to Nike, it's quite expensive, okay. This in terms of rational motive. If emotional, you will think that okay, it's better I choose Nike, because Nike is like people will look like I'm I ada kelas lah pakai Nike ke, ataupun pakai example lah Nike macam tu lah. And then post purchase evaluation, then you evaluate whether Adidas and Nike. Sebenarnya I pakai Nike, Adidas, then I choose Nike, so which one is more comfortable with you, then you choose. If Nike is better than Adidas, maybe in future you will only purchase, you will repeat buy Nike rather than Adidas, okay. I hope it's not so fast, okay, the way I'm explaining to you, okay. You can use other example also. Okay, next is the consumer. Okay, this is explanations, just skip. I go to the business marketing. Okay, business marketing. Okay, business marketing, organizational marketing and buying behavior. Okay, organization markets and buying behavior are quite different from the consumer market and also consumer behavior, okay. So business marketing, organizational market fall into 3 categories, okay, which is industrial, reseller, and government or we call institutional markets, okay. So industrial market, the industry market that includes business that buy goods that are either converted into other products or goods that are used by during the production, okay. For example, like factory, they want to process for their finished good, they have to buy the raw material from the they have to buy the raw material from other business, okay, other companies, okay. So that's called industrial market. However, reseller is the market consists of marketing intermediaries such as wholesaler, retailer that buy the product and resell them. For example, like Tesco, Giant, okay, they buy the product, the finished good, and then they sell back, okay. Government and institutional market, okay. In addition to federal and state governments, the institutional market consists of non-government organizations, okay, such as, for example, like hospital, church, and museums. They also use supplies and also equipment, as well as legal, accounting, and also transportation services, okay. These all are we call is institutional markets, okay, government and institutional market, which is they also need, for example, like hospital, church, and museum, they also need a product to fulfilling in their organizations, okay. And then I hope you are clear on it. Okay, then we move uh, to what is product. Okay, product. So before that, I have to recap again. Goods and services can fall into two groups, which is consumer product and also industrial product. Okay. Okay, next we go to what is product, which is, if you see in your textbook, is page 414, 414. Okay, actually in your textbook is cover two chapters. Okay, we go for chapter marketing process and consumer behavior. Then the product is in the chapter ni, developing and pricing product. Okay. Okay, what is product? Product mix. Okay, what is product? Okay, products is in order to develop the marketing mix and plan their strategy effectively, marketers must consider what consumer buy and when they purchase the product. Okay, so marketers must begin by the understanding the product features and also the benefits. Okay, so product features and value package. Okay, tangible and intangible qualities of the company built into the product. Okay, this thing is okay. So the value package. Okay, the value package, the product features that are tangible and intangible qualities that are built into product. Okay, product benefit include what product can do emotionally and physically for the consumers. Okay, today consumer regards of the product as a bundle of attributes, okay, which is benefit and features that taken together, which is marketers call the value package. Okay, for example, you see in page 414, okay, example of the possible attributes, for example, PC products. Okay, which is easy access to understandable pre-purchase information, features such as wireless capability, attractive color and design, useful software package, attractive price, fast, simple ordering via the internet, secure credit card purchasing. Apa lagi? Insurance of speedy and delivery, warranties and so on. This is called as value package. Okay, all are included with the value and in the one package. Okay, so okay, next is category, apa dia, classifying goods on services lah. Okay, if you see category of the consumer product, they have about 3 types of the categories. Okay, which is convenience. Okay, classifying consumer product ni. Okay, goods and services may be classified according to their prospective buyers. Okay, prospective buyers. So buyers may be classified as buyers of consumer product or buyers of industrial product. Okay, so now if you if you see here in your slide is the category of the consumer product. Okay, classifying of the consumer product. Okay, so for example, like convenient goods. Okay, convenience goods such as milk or newspaper. The convenience services is consumed rapidly and regularly. Okay, so they are inexpensive and inexpensive and are purchased often and with little output of time and effort. Okay, like when you convenient goods ni, it's like macam you tak perlu nak fikir lama bila you pergi dekat shelf tu. You just ambil terus, because you always use the same product. For example, susu, you memang pakai Dutch Lady saja. So when you go to the shelf at the shop tu, you just grab the Dutch Lady saja. Okay, this is we call convenience goods. Okay, which is inexpensive because you rapidly and regularly you consume that. You consume rapidly and regularly. Okay, and then shopping goods and services. Shopping goods and services are more expensive and are purchased less often than a convenience product. Okay, consumer often compare brands sometimes in different store. Okay, they may also evaluate alternative in this in terms of the style, in terms of the performance, colors, price or other criteria. Okay, so for example like macam televisions, TV. Okay, they have many types, many brands of TV. For example, LG, Panasonic, and so on. Kan, so you will when you want to purchase it, you bukan selalu beli TV ni bukan you pergi beli everyday ataupun beli weekly. Okay, you only buy once a while. Okay, when you TV rosak baru beli, ataupun bila you pindah ke you nak ada tambah TV baru beli, bukan you selalu pindah kan. Something like that. Okay, so next is specialty goods and services. Okay, specialty goods and services are extremely important and expensive purchase. Okay, like a consumer usually decide on precisely what they want and will accept no substitutes. Okay, they often go from store to store, sometimes spending a great deal of money and time to get a specific products. Okay, for example like macam jewellery. Okay, you bukanlah beli selalu jewellery ni because it's expensive. Okay, you will spend more time in order to purchase it. Okay, okay, next is organization product, which is industrial classification of organization product. Okay, which is expense time items. Okay, okay, first is production item. This is where apa dia, goods or service used directly in the production process. For example like you buy raw material in order to process your production into finished product. Okay, expense item is where apa dia, a goods or service consumed within 1 year or by other supplier or services to produce a good. Okay, for example like you use oil, electricity for machine. Okay, you building maintenance and legal services. Okay, this is called expense items. Capital item is a permanent, long lasting goods and services that have expected live more than 1 year. For example like macam building which is office, factories. Okay, fixed equipment, for example water tower or baking oven. Okay, ataupun machine. Okay, accessories equipment like computer, airplane and so on. Okay, I hope you are clear about it. Then we go to the next is product mix. Okay, the product mix is the total assortments of all goods and services that marketers makes available for sale. Okay, so next is the product mix. Okay, for example product mix ni contohnya like Nestle they have variety of product mix. For example like they have a dairy product, they have detergents, they have foods. They are not only focused in one type of product. They have like product mix, many types of products in one company. Okay, for example Nestle. Product line is a group of products that are closely related because they function in a similar manner. Contohnya flavor coffee or are sold in the same customer group, stop in coffee drinker who will use the similar ways in product line. For example, you see in your page 417 ni example they give you product line. Okay, like Starbucks stores has expanded the line of coffee by adding various Italian style espresso beverages that include mochas, cappuccino, latte and flavor blended cream, followed by a lighter roast. Okay, which is product line ni macam they are similar things, which is they are selling a drinks. Okay, like coffee drinks. Okay, so they have different types of coffee drinks, which is mocha, cappuccino, latte and so on. Okay, so now you I hope that you can differentiate between product mix and also product line. Okay, Next, okay, before that, okay, here okay, sini ada masukkan contoh, okay, like product mix. For example, Nestle, they have coffee milk, they have a KitKat, they have a dairy product, and so on. Product line, for example, Nescafe, they have many types of Nescafe. Okay, they have a 3-in-1, they have strong Nescafe, they have the classic Nescafe, and so on. Okay. Okay, so before I move to product life cycle, okay, I would like to remind you again, the value package is a combination of all product features and benefits, okay, all bundled together, okay, that are found to be attractive to consumers. Okay, and then I hope you are clear about the product mix and product line. Okay. Okay, next we go to the product life cycle. Product life cycle, every product pass through a series of stages during the limited profit producing life. Okay, so for stages in the product life cycle, the product life cycle, the product is a natural process in which the product are born, grow, matured, decline, and die. Okay, the stages include, which is introduction, which begin with the product enter the marketplace. Growth, okay, introduction, which is stages when the product reach the marketplace. Marketers focus on making potential customers and aware of the product and also its benefits. Okay. So and then the extensive of the development, productions, and sale cost erase for all profits. Okay, and then we go to then they will move to the growth. Growth means when sales and profit climb. Okay, growth where is if the new product attract enough customers, sales start to climb rapidly. Okay, so marketers lower price slightly and continue promotional expenditure to increase the sales. Okay, the products start to show the profit as revenues surpass costs, and other firms move rapidly to introduce their own versions. Okay, this is when and the growth stage. Okay, maturity is when apa dia cakap maturity. Okay, maturity ni is when the sales growth begin to slow. Okay, this sales growth start to slow, although the product earned its higher profit level early in this stage. Okay, increased competition, this is happen when increase the competition eventually forces price cutting, increasing the advertising and promotional expenditure, and also lower profits. Okay, so towards the at the end of the stage two, the sales start to fall. Okay, then decline is when sales and profit continue to fall. Okay, this is a new product in the introduction stage, take away sales. Okay, firm and to reduce the promotional support. Okay, which is in terms of advertising and salespeople, and but may let the product legal to provide the some profits. Okay, for example here, okay, during this first introduction stage, which is low sales, high cost per customers, financial losses, innovative customers, few of the competitors. Okay, because you are introducing a new product. Okay, so it's high cost per customer because you want to create awareness to your customers, to introduce your product to the customers. Okay, and then of course it's low sales because you are stage of the introduction to introduce. Okay, and of course financial losses, it cannot cover your costs because you are this stage is stage where you introduce, you banyak nak buat promotion, nak create awareness to your customers. Then the second stage is with growth, which is increasing sales. This is where the customers are aware about your product already. Okay, the awareness, you already create the awareness, and then the sales is increased and more competitors, then you will find more competitors. Okay, when your competitor also create the similar product as yours. And then maturity is where the peak sales. Okay, cost per customer is lowest, profit is high, mass market and stable numbers of competitors. Okay, and then decline when people are look forward for other products. Okay, or they more because of the technological advance, they are looking for more advanced and so on. Okay, next, okay, for example here, okay, for example iPhone, from iPhone 2G, then iPhone 3, iPhone 3Gs, and then iPhone 4. This is the one of the product life cycle. Okay, um, I mean like year by year ke, I'm not sure how they change the model, maybe year by year ke, 5 months by 5 months ke, about the iPhones. But uh, what we can see, that iPhone always upgrade their models. Okay, when they, this is called product life cycle. Okay, when they come into reach to decline stage, decline, they will come up with the new models. Okay, next is about branding. Okay, identifying the product. Okay, so branding and packaging are two tools that allow consumer to identify product in the marketplace. Okay, without brand, how do you want to find the product? Takkanlah you nak cerita aku pakai kasut ni selesa apa semua sangat, selesa, comfortable, bila jogging pun sedap apa semua, bila lari pun laju. Tapi when your friend ask you what brand is that, you tak boleh nak jawab because there's no brand. Okay, that's why brand is important, and also packaging also important. Packaging is, for example, like you want to provide informations about the product, how to use the product, or the content of the product, all you put it in packaging. Okay, so branding products, brand names are symbol for characterizing the product and distinguishing them from one another. Okay, so branding is the process of using symbols to communicate the features and also qualities of product. That's why I said that whether you want to choose Adidas or Nike, so this is the brand name, and then you can differentiate in between the qualities, the features of the product. Okay, brand Adidas, the features, the design is different. There are the 3 lines. However, Nike tu different designs and so on. Okay, so and also you can differentiate between Coca-Cola and Pepsi. They are both carbonated drinks. Okay, and then how you differentiate it is by the brand name, Coca-Cola and Pepsi, example like that. Okay, brand awareness. Brand awareness is the extent to which a brand name comes to mind when a consumer consider a particular product categories. Okay, brand awareness is when the people know about your product. For example, brand awareness, the top reach into the brand awareness, for example, Maggi. Okay, Maggi, even though you go to the shop, you wanted to buy brand Mami, okay, ataupun Indomie, but you set your mind is Maggi. Okay, this is brand awareness, where you know about the brand in the market. Okay, this is brand awareness. Okay, you know about the brand in the market. Okay, one of the example. Okay, so product place. Okay, product placement is the promotional tactic for brand exposure, in which a character in television, films, music, magazine, or video games use a real product invisible to viewers. Okay, this is how you gaining the brand awareness. Okay, contohnya you nak people know about your product, you come up with a new brand, new product, but then how you want to gain the brand awareness? So you have to expose it, and you have to do promotionals on TV ke, campaign ke, films ke, music ke, magazine. If you see in the contoh films, dia ada, bila cerita action tu, dia ada tunjuk pasal racing ke, dia tunjuk kereta Merc, Audi. This is how they showing the brand name, Audi car, Mercedes car. Okay, to show that this car speed very fast. Okay, contoh macam tu. Ataupun in magazine, you put it your product, you do promotions in the magazines or televisions about your product to create awareness. To create awareness, it means that you want to ensure that people are knowing your product in the market. So your product is exists in the market. How you want people know about it? Okay, this is product placement. Product placement is where you promote tactics, brand exposure. How do you expose your brand? Is through banyak platform lah, which is television ke, film ke, and so on. Okay, so branding. Next is buzz marketing. Buzz marketing is how do you want to create the brand awareness about your product is through actually buzz marketing ni, it relies on the word of mouth. Okay, to spread the buzz about the new product. For example, like buzz marketing agencies employ volunteers to spread the buzz about the new product. For example, like mail, message, SMS. Okay, web integrated with the multi-channel campaign ke. Okay, viral marketing is where relies on word of mouth and the internet of spread information like a virus, kita viralkan person to person about the product and ideas. Okay, next is types of, this is difference between buzz marketing and viral marketing. Okay, creating excitement built up leading to talk in the street. Okay, focus talking about your promotion, for example mail, SMS, web and integrated multi-channel campaign. However, viral marketing is web is a key element. Okay, focus on spreading your message. Okay, get your audience to do marketing for you. Okay, these are different things. Okay, get the marketing, get the audience to do marketing for you. Okay, branding product. Okay, branding product, like corporate blogs. Corporate blogs is a comment opinion published on the web by the or for organization to promote its activity, which is you putting on the blog ke, and so on lah, on the web ke, to promote the organization to promote its activities. Okay, which you publish your product there. National brand is where this brand name product produced by, widely distributed by and carrying the name of the manufacturer. For example, like contoh Pepsi. Okay, they're manufactured by the Pepsi manufacturer, but and also they bring the brand name of the Pepsi until end user. Okay, sampai ke end user, the brand name is still Pepsi from the manufacturer until the end user. They still remain the Pepsi brand name. Okay, they never change to other brand name. That is called national brand. For example, Bata pun sama, kasut Bata. They have their own manufacturer, Bata factory manufacturer, and then until the shop, until the retailer pun, they carry the same brand, Bata. Okay. And also electronic product, for example like Panasonic, Media, apa lagi, LG, banyak, all those electronics product, the manufacturer is the same. Like for contoh Panasonic, they have their own manufacturer until at the end user also they bring the same brand name, which is Panasonic. Okay, they won't change to other brand name. Okay, that's called national brands. However, licensed brand, these are brand name product that carry the name of an organizations or individuals. For example, like garments, pakaian under license with Volkswagen. If you see in sekarang kalau tengok kat mall, they have a brand name selain daripada other brand name pakaian, especially for male, they have a Volkswagen brand. Okay, which is they under license with the Volkswagens. Okay, the garments. And also one of the example, which is the close example is Naza, licensed by the Kia Motor. Okay, that's why called Naza Kia. Actually, they're licensed by the Kia Motor, which is owned by the Korea. Okay, and then a private brand. One a private brand. Okay. So brand, okay, brand extension, a company use a national brand of several additional related product. License tadi I dah explained. Private brand is where this brand name product that a wholesaler or retailer have a commissions from the manufacturer. Okay, which mean that contohnya this brand name product, they have a wholesaler and retailer have commission on the manufacturer. Okay, for example, like um, okay, contoh airlines, airlines, aircraft, they are using the same the same engines. Okay, GE is from GE, General Electrics, Germany. Okay, this is aircraft product. Okay, engines, they are using the same GE, General Electric, which is a Germany company. Okay, they are buying aircraft is using the same engines which is from GE. Okay, this is one of the examples. Okay, you can find many examples actually if you search in Google. Okay, it's about the private brands. Okay, packaging. Packaging is a product where the package serve a several purpose, which is the packaging can serve as an in-store advertisement, a display for the brand name, and identifier of the product features and benefits, and can reduce the risk of damage and increase the difficulty of stealing. Okay, packaging. Okay, when packaging is where you can advertise. Contohnya how do you advertise? Contoh macam Milo, they ada 100 gram extra, 100 gram with this same price as previous, for example, like that. Display brand name is where you putting your brand name on the packagings, and then identify the product features and benefits. Okay, what is the features, what is the benefits, the content of the product, apa terkandung dalam produk tu. Okay, and also can reduce the damage or increase the difficulties of stealing. Okay, which is your packaging, you package it properly in order to avoid kecurian. Okay, and also masalah bukan ataupun kerosakan. Okay, which is you using a proper packaging where to avoid kerosakan ataupun leaking and so on. Okay, so okay, in this, before I move to the small business and marketing mix, I would like to stress here about the product life cycle is a series of stages, which is through which a product passes through their commercial life. The duration of product life cycle is varies. Okay, so also product placement and viral marketing help marketers to gain a brand awareness. And also I would like to remind you, which is you have to understand about the branding in the process of using the symbols to communicate the qualities of the particular product and made by the particular producers. Okay, next then we move to small business and the marketing mix. Okay, small business and marketing mix, you have to turn back to the chapter yang marketing process tu. Okay, so small business and this one. Okay, small business. Okay, this chapter is small business. Okay, so small business and the marketing mix. Okay, far more small business fail than succeed. Okay, small business fail than succeed mostly because they are small. Okay, and then they easily dapat kerugian rather than senang. Bila dia affect sikit, dia akan loss banyak. Okay, so the successful small businesses have learned skillful applications. Okay, application of marketing mix and also careful in terms of considerations of each element in the marketing mix. Okay, so small business product is a understanding the target market, and the targeted group once is critical. Okay, small business pricing ni pula is profit are often determined by the accurately assessing cost from the start. Okay, and then a small business distribution is where the most critical aspect, the most critical aspect of distribution for small businesses in facility locations. Okay, because poor location choice fails to attract customers. Okay, in your slide say like that, betul. Okay, and then small business promotions. Okay, understanding promotional costs as well as benefit of chosen promotional tools. Maybe the most critical step will involve. Okay, this is careful promotional can reduce expenses. Okay, for example, you are doing a small business, you are not affordable to advertise or do promotions through television and so on, because it's a high cost. Maybe you can do mouth to mouth, or you can promote it in the social media and so on. Okay, like contoh banyak small media enterprise ni dekat negara kita ni advertise their product through Instagram. Okay, example like that, in Facebook and so on. Okay, so I hope you are clear about this. Okay, I would like to emphasize again about this. Okay, small business, the small business successful because they have learned the skillful applications. Okay, in marketing mix, and they also careful consideration in each of the elements of the marketing mix. Okay, I guess that's all for this chapter. I hope you are clear. Okay, if you blur sikit ke, ataupun you are not sure, or you are not so clear about this chapter, you may ask me. Okay, thank you very much.